Hey everybody, welcome to HearthCenter. It is Wednesday night, and that is the night that we talk about Pro Series. I'm Donde. I'm excited to be here once again, joined, as always, by TwoStarMako. Mako, how's it going tonight?
Going pretty good. Um, I apologize. I'm putting the finishing touches on my legacy deck list that I play after HearthCenter. Don't worry.
Ah, yes,
Don't
I
worry,
do know
Donde.
about this as the teammate of your opponent. I
Oh,
too
you
have a
are. That's
match after.
right.
Yes, I am. If you
Forgot.
want to tell me anything about it, feel free to divulge info.
I, d- I totally forgot. I'm glad I didn't say anything
Oh
about it
man,
before match. Oh,
should not have said that. I guess
you
that's
shouldn't
the
have.
fatal mistake.
No. Yeah, that's your fault.
Yep. Well, I'll tell Anfall he's on his own for info, but I think he'll be all right regardless. So, well, thanks for being
Okay,
here.
bet.
Thanks for being here. Tuna is joining us as well. He is still hanging out in a hotel on the most comfy
Yeah.
chair of all time, as he says.
No. No, I did not say that, Donde. I hate this chair.
Yeah, I can't imagine that being the hotel standard issue chairs are probably not as comfy as your home chair.
Or literally any other chair that you could probably actually pay money for. Yeah.
Yes. Well, thank you for being here and enduring the potential spine-breaking chair. And Lotus will be here at some point. He assures us, so he is going to be rolling in late, but will join us halfway, according to his estimates. In the meantime, we have a great show for you this evening. We will be talking about what happened in Week 8, what will happen in Week 9 by our expert opinions, and of course, Legacy Player Power Rankings. We are done with Hero because the regular season has ended. And please stay tuned for All-Star voting because that's coming out. I promise that is coming out soon for Hero. But we're only going to talk about Legacy Power Rankings tonight. But we are going to start as we normally do with the Week 8 meta report for Pro. So let's go ahead and pop those fancy charts we've got up on screen for you there. There we go. All right, so as we saw last week, not too much of a difference in the types of lineups that are played. Demon Hunter heavily featured Warrior in most of these lineups. Mage getting one last hurrah, so to speak. Every lineup except for the second most popular lineup it appeared in, and then Priest, Rogue, Hunter, all Paladin as well, all kind of rounding out the lineups there. And we see there, not a whole lot of success on the most popular lineups at the top there. The only one that had a 50% win rate or better was Demon Hunter, Paladin, Priest, Warrior. The other three flopped pretty hard. The Demon Hunter, Mage, and then the other two classes of the remaining three that we mentioned there. So interesting to see. We didn't see as much diversity as we saw the first week, which I think is to be expected, since you come out, with kind of a little bit of a fresh look at the meta here, and it's everyone's trying some new stuff. But I think we'll really see going into the week after where Mage falls, if it drops out of this this top 5 group here, or if it's still played after the two nerfs that are coming out with Evocation and Solarian being their mana cost being changed. So Mako, I'll kick it over to you here. Just looking at the numbers, anything jump out at you?
Yeah, sorry. I've been currently waiting for this the ads to stop rolling on our stream.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's the thing now, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm getting a nice little Tinder ad here.
Ooh.
You
Evidently,
got ads? I didn't get
Layla
ads.
likes me too. Evidently,
Oh,
are you subbed?
I am.
I'm not.
Wow, board member, by the way.
Wow.
I'm
Hey,
not a
but don't forget, if you got Twitch Prime, you can use your Prime Gaming sub on your favorite Hearthstone channel.
I'm not a Prime gamer. I'm sorry.
That wasn't for you. That was for the people in the chat.
Okay. Well, that oh,
Rarely do
boy.
we make such a flawless segue into the
Sorry.
the subscription read.
Yeah.
The best one yet.
Yeah,
Agreed.
this is all very interesting because this is my first time seeing it because it just popped up for me. Those are some shitty win rates.
Yeah, not good. Not good at all for anything over six
Yeah.
six appearances.
Yeah. Those are bad. That 100% though, that's pretty damn good. Demon Hunter, Mage Warrior.
Yeah, not
Yeah,
only 4-0, but 12-6. So winning at an average of what about 2-1 there. So this is a pretty strong lineup it looks like, and no changes from last one to this one.
Yeah, I mean, I think looking at this lineup, like spread is not going to do this much favor considering we're like one of the classes that's consistent across 5 of these 6 lineups is getting nerfed tomorrow. So
That's true. And if you look down in the bottom left corner there, Mage last week, pre-nerf was still sub 46%. So it was not one of the better performing classes as a whole. And it does seem that since it's one of the classes that kind of has, one note to it, like if your opponent's gonna bring me, I mean, I guess there's like the burn mage that's kind of floating around. If you suspect your opponent is a mage fan, they're probably looking to play the small spell cyclone mage version, and that really, I guess, is a little bit more exploitable than some of the other popular decks in the meta, like Soul Demon Hunter, a Bomb Warrior, for example. Those, or even Libram Paladin too. Like those decks, they have counters, but at the same time, they're not as polarizing. I feel like as Mage, and that might lead to that depressed win rate that we saw last week. And it was doing pretty well before that because it's one of the better performing decks better performing classes on the entire season. So
yeah.
Tuna, thoughts from you?
Yeah, I just want to say of like the top 4 list of that we got up here, 3 of them have priest in it. So that's why they don't have a high win rate.
Well, the priest list with the on the second one on the chart there managed to at least get to 50%, but if you look down the bottom left,
still
priest
had
was
less than
positive.
50% on game win rate. Yeah,
Priest was 55%. But I mean, it did have 10 bans too, which actually, looking at the bans too, kind of interesting. Demon Hunter and Warrior ate a ton of bans, as we come to expect. Yep. But then Priest randomly got third most bans on the week, so that's kind of surprising. What I do like to see though is that if you look at the total bans for the season, all the way on the right of your screen there's quite a few classes with a decent amount of bans. So that's a nice little balance in Conquest, which you like to see. You don't want to see, Warrior obviously is outpacing everybody by quite a bit, and Demon Hunter is up there too. But that doesn't mean that there aren't other strategies that work if you want to, ban away a hunter and not have to deal with Face Hunter, for example. It could work for you. Yeah, Mako, where is the shaman? Where is the shaman?
Why are you asking me, man?
I mean, you're the shaman truther.
I don't play pro.
You don't,
I just captained it and take credit for my team's winning.
That's true. That's the professional move.
That's what us captain non-players do, right?
That's what I hear.
Yeah.
Brushy wouldn't know anything about that because he captains and plays. Leading from the front.
This is the first time I've ever captained. And
and last.
Our team's doing yeah. I mean, not because the team doesn't want me to captain or anything, but other circumstances.
I mean, that's what they tell you.
I mean, that's what my life told me. So
Oh, okay, gotcha. Go ahead and blame that real life thing.
Yeah, go ahead and blame that real life thing that possibly can't let me play at all next season. Yeah. Let's blame that.
Well, let's move on to happier topics, which, happy for some of us anyway. We're going to quickly recap our picks from last week before we move into the match recap.
No.
Yeah.
I didn't even check to see how well I did last week.
You didn't do badly. You tied for second with me with 17. Lotus was the winner with 18, and Mako had 16. So no one really had a bad week or anything, and no significant ground was gained. Lotus is the one who is the farthest behind because of him missing that entire week. So I guess if in your eyes, if somebody has to win it, he's probably the one besides yourself. Mako, I gained 1 game on you, down by 3 now. I'm coming for you, big guy.
Yeah, I'm still on top.
You are for now. Thank you, Captain Fax.
Although I'm also already winning this week, so.
Yeah. we all know. We all know.
Well, let's not get too far ahead of ourselves and talk about Week 9, because we still have to talk about what happened in Week 8. And we will start right at the top with Hype Horizon being upset by the
Hype.
Mash and Weishas. So this is, especially after the
Less
Weishas
hype.
took it on the chin the week prior, not the expected outcome. I don't think any of us had it going Mashin's way. So 14-12, big wins out of Valdis, Ufric, and Heat Shock. I guess Heat Shock, not surprising. You know, he's been having a pretty good season, and he's been pretty solid in THL. Yeah, he's Heat Shock. Cool Kid and Gamer RVG did hold it down for Hype Horizon and pick up some points over there. So this, as you note down in the standings here, actually drops Hype Horizon out of first for the first time since week 2. Tuna.
Wait, they're not in first?
They're not in
No.
first. Why do you think we have so
That's
much
why-
For the Boys representation in chat tonight?
I mean, it's
There always
there's
is.
always so
They're
much
always-
For the
I'm
Boys
just kidding, they're
representation
always
with everyone. Diamond's here. There's For the Boys. That's it. You know.
I think he requires it. Honestly, he's got
It's
to,
part of the
right?
contract of when you join to play on one of his teams that you must attend the show specified
And
to that
just
series.
spam, yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, and just spam things about your team.
Yeah,
Oh.
no, I like that.
An anonymous gifter gifted me a sub.
Wow, they felt bad for you, huh?
Wow.
Yeah, evidently. You know, I've subbed to this channel 3 times and I've never subbed myself. It's always been gifted to me.
Nice.
Oh,
On-
it was Diamond.
On that
Okay.
note,
It was Diamond.
there you go.
Thanks,
just
Donde.
to flex on him.
Oh, it wasn't you. Okay. The wink kind of makes it seem like it's you. It's a little sus there, but
What? No, I did not sub you.
not you, Diamond.
Oh, gotcha.
He said enjoy the gift with a winky emoji and then said it wasn't me, by the way. And I was like, then why the fuck would you put a winky emoji? I don't get it.
It's just Diamond, man.
He was
He
just
likes
doing a
having
Shaggy
fun.
thing, you know.
Yeah.
It wasn't me.
Yeah. It wasn't me.
All right. Well, back to the actual, show at hand here. Hype Horizon stumbles for the first time
Hype.
since week 1. They were on a 6-game win streak, and Weishas only get their second win of the season. So, kind of surprising here. I mean, I know Weishas are strong from last season, but Mako, you've banged this drum a few times this season so far that we can't think about them in the context of what they were previously, because this season they have really struggled. Are these kind of like the flashes of the former glory that maybe Mashin can finish the season strong, even if it doesn't equate to a playoff run for them?
No. I mean, I don't know. Like, I think at this point we just look at this team and we think about what used to be. It's like, have you ever, you like think about your ex and you're like, man, I remember the good old days. And then you realize like they're just not very good anymore. So you just have to split off. We're about to be 9 weeks into the season. Like we can't like, I don't know. Like we've been let down so many times. I mean, beginning of the season predicting them to win so much and I don't know, man. I've been burned. I've been burned here. I don't think this is gonna be a big comeback arc for the Weishas. I mean, they're out of
No.
playoffs either way, but like,
I don't think this is. I don't think this is them coming back to
like
the
the
playoffs.
playoff run, but like obviously not. But I also don't think we're gonna see like some Weishas finishing strong thing either, just because. I mean, they have one player with a positive record. So, I mean, I think this is just the Weishas burning us as much as they possibly can. Because not only were they burning us when we were picking them to win and then they were losing, now they're burning us because we're picking them to lose and they won. So I think it's just the Weishas like trying to take out everything on the HearthCenter hosts. That's my conspiracy theory.
All right. Tuna, anything on this one here, or any times you've been burned by an ex that you want to talk about, like Mako?
No, I have too many of those to remember which ones burned me.
Okay. That's I mean, not something I can relate to, but sure.
Thanks, Saku. Hey, I'm just gonna throw this out there randomly. I need one more person for my Battlegrounds team.
Look at you using your position of power to recruit during the show for a
Hey,
completely
what can I
unrelated
say? I
series.
abuse my power. Is it unrelated? Aren't we announcing the teams on HearthCenter 2 weeks from today?
We are, but we're talking about Pro tonight.
We're talking about Pro right now.
I don't care.
Man.
Here, let me go tweet it out from our official Twitter.
All right, that's fine.
Oh, so everyone hears that. That's on record now that Donde is not doing the tweeting from the official Twitter account for THL. Thank you. Glad that's now on record.
Nice.
I don't think anyone's gonna believe you because we all have access to it.
Well, I thought the Twitter account said that the person that previously handled it was no longer part of THO. That's what I saw.
Yeah, we got rid of that guy. I don't know who that was.
Yeah.
I think it was Russian hackers.
Yeah, probably.
Same people that got into Fort Bragg's Twitter account today.
Wait, what?
Don't. Just please.
Oh. You sent it to me. Never mind.
I did send it to you.
Anyways.
All right, well, moving on to game number 2 here. For the Boys versus Due Process. For the Boys marches on, still undefeated, 8-0, and now in the top spot in Pro. They beat Due Process, who still picked up 9 points, so not a terrible week for Due Process, especially against such a strong team. And this does leave Due Process still kind of on that outside looking into the group of the playoff-focused teams, but not dead. I would say that Due Process still has a shot here at 6th place. So everybody got a win for the Boys, except for Mata. So Buck Nasty, German Shep, Dabs, and Fauchot getting wins, with Dr. BOMD being the sole winner for Due Process. So I do like the Due Process picked up some points here. And I think that they really obviously wanted the win here because this would, A, prove that they are a legitimate title contender, and B, keep them in this playoff race. But to say that we didn't expect For the Boys to win this one is probably false. Tune, I'll start with you on this one here. So just looking at the picks from last week, I actually did predict the upset. So now that I think about it, I maybe got a little overzealous. But you did not predict the upset, Tuna.
Of For the Boys versus Due Process?
Yeah, last week.
What upset?
I predicted an upset. I was wrong.
Oh,
I did not
the way you're
predict an upset
referencing that
because
sounded
you
like
were
Due
not
Process
nearly
won. I was
as
like,
bold
Donde,
as
are we
me.
all looking at the same thing?
Yeah.
But I mean, I got 4 out of 5 right on this one, and FBM2. The only thing I really take away from this is FBM2 streak is dead. No longer undefeated in Pro. But I mean, he did lose it to another fantastic.
Yeah, I was gonna say to lose to Buck Nasty at 7-1 is
7-1. Yeah, so the streak is dead of undefeated, but like at least it was to someone that's also just killing it in Pro right now.
Yeah, it's not like he lost to like Tuna or something.
I mean, I remember when Donde loses to Tuna.
Did that happen?
And
I don't remember that happening.
And then I remember when Donde beats Tuna. I think we're like 500 against each other. But
like 1-1, like we played twice.
Yeah, exactly. But this is. I mean, we all came into this thinking that For the Boys was going to win it, and that Due Process was just going to get as many points as they could, and they got a good bit, like you said. But
it's a little below their average, but considering the opponent, considering For the Boys is averaging 18.25 points a week. 18.25 is a crazy amount, and they didn't really hold them under that because 17 plus 3 is 20. But that just means there's not a whole lot of points for your opponent typically to be finding there. So that's still 9 points is not bad for Due Process. Mako, any thoughts on this match here before we move on to match number 3?
No, I was just surprised you could do 17 plus 3.
Thanks. Yeah. Mocked for my math by the Spanish teacher. Okay.
I mean, how good's your Spanish?
I mean, your name is
no es bueno.
Your name is Spanish, so
yeah.
Hay un poco español.
Let's just mock Donde for everything.
That's
basically what we do here anyway on a weekly basis. So
that's very true.
We can move on to match number 3, where we would not mock Lotus for the loss, but the Beard Boys is a pretty sizable upset over a team that is all but locked in the playoffs at this point. I guess I wouldn't even say they're locked in the playoffs anymore. This kind of hurt them in regards to the buffer that they had, because F2L is now only 5 points out. Aeon is only 1 point behind them for third, but 15-13 win for the Beard Boys. So a little bit of an upset. 3-5 Beard Boys beating 5-3 Bad of the Bone, with Anazabe, always just in time, and Inzi getting wins. Inzi now, I believe that's 2 weeks in a row for Inzi getting W's there.
Yep.
So congratulations to him, getting on the right track. Atomos still very good, still winning, and Dardar Banks still undefeated for Bad to the Bone. So even in the loss, a lot of points for Bad to the Bone. I did actually predict a Bad to the Bone win, and I got 3 of the 5 right, just not entirely correct. But I got Atomos, Justin, and Dardar correct.
Hey, me too.
Yay! Yeah, I think we picked this one identically.
Hey, Mako too. Yeah.
Hey, yeah, all three.
Hey.
So all 3 of us were on the same page as far as what we thought was going to happen here, and we were all wrong because we all picked Bad to the Bone to win. So, is this a cause for concern at all, Mako, with Bad to the Bone losing to the team that was in 11th last week?
I mean, if Hyper Horizon would have won, I think it would have been more of a cause for concern. But I don't know, man. Like, Bad to the Bone's got 131 points, and they lost, but they put up 13 points. So, like, is it really that bad? Like, you can drop games. No one's like, they lost 3 now. They're in 3rd place. I think, it's not like just because the Beer Boys were struggling as a team means the players are bad, right? They're still good players. They just have been struggling overall. So I think, it was a rough game, match. I mean, 13 to 15, it's high scoring and it was very even.
Yeah, none of them got swept. Nobody on either side.
I mean, there's still a team with 1 player at 500 and only 1 that's below 500. If I were them, I would just shrug it off, say we got 13 points, that's great, and we're still in 3rd place. On to the next one.
You just be satisfied with how many points you got and be pleased that it didn't happen in a playoff match, because that would obviously be much worse. And getting points at this stage of the season is probably enough to keep you moving, as long as you're getting 13, 14 points a week. But Tuna, thoughts here on match number 3?
I really needed Avi to win this one because now he's gonna smoke his opponent next week for losing this one, and it's not like I have any personal gains of Avi not being mad and wanting to win next week. But outside of that, I mean, I'm not really surprised that the Beer Boys is a strong enough team that they can pull out wins like this. They honestly could have been doing it all season, but they show their brilliance here and there, but not consistently. So that's why we see them near the bottom. But Bad to the Bone's going to be fine. They're going to bounce back. They're probably, I would say, the 3rd strongest team. I mean, they're in 3rd right now, but if you would just like take points away, I'd still put them as the 3rd strongest team in all of THL right now.
All right. Moving on to match number 4. That was Aeon versus Tap Last, and this is the 2nd straight sweep for Aeon. And 2nd time I predicted it in a row. Yeah, Brushy. Bask in it.
Skip.
Breathe it in.
Skip.
Skip. So, yes, everyone on Aeon got a win. Nobody swept, so Tap Last did pick up 7 points, but without the benefit of bonus points for match wins, that is just 7 there. Aeon a full 23, so now 46 points. Again, that's math, 23 times 2. In the last 2 weeks for Aeon, and they are still, however, despite that, only 4 points ahead of F2L, because F2L has been doing very well these last 2 weeks as well. Tuna, I will let you scoff first at this outcome.
I don't understand how this 2 seed on Aeon keeps winning. The rest of the team's pretty good, and then this 2 seed just I don't know if they're cheating.
Former 1
seed,
rigging
it, or sure. We all remember that. Not, But I mean, good on Aeon. They need points and they need wins like this to stay in this top 4 contention right here. Because I think last week they were like, they were kind of like on the edge of like 4, 5, and 6. So another sweep here kind of like secures like a top 5 finish. So now they just need to finish strong in these last 3 weeks. And they should be pretty good to go.
Yeah, so, as you mentioned, the divide between 5th and 6th now is 15 points.
Yeah.
So
almost like knocking like six, like pretty close to out of playoff contention. Like now it's super hard because like due process has the best chance of making it at 109 of
Right.
like of 6 and below, and even that 15-point gap could be super hard to come back with.
Well, it's 15 points just between them and F2L, and then to get to the playoffs, it's 21
it's
points.
21. Yeah,
So that's an entire week's worth of points in a sweep, essentially, just to get.
Yeah.
And that's assuming the team that you're trying to catch gets 0. So yeah, they got to be on it for the next 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's a race between Bad of the Bone, Aeon, and F2L. Like those 3 teams should only like really be watching the other ones, and outside of that, like not care. Like I think For the Boys and Hyper Horizon, unless they tragically uninstall all their Hearthstones and refuse to play any more games, they'll have 2 of the top 4 spots. So outside of that, Bad of the Bone, Aeon, F2L just need to watch out for each other, because those are really the only 3 teams that are going to stop the other ones from getting in.
Yeah, I think at this point I would agree that it's probably a 5-team race. Mako, how are you feeling about Aeon and the playoff race as a whole?
Yeah, I mean, I got 4 out of 5 of these right.
Did you pick against Donde?
Or what do you think?
You actually got 3 out of the 5. Right?
3 out of 5.
Wait, 3?
Yeah.
What
are you looking at?
You picked against Markshire.
You picked against Markshire. You fool.
Oh yeah, I wasn't looking at anything. I just assumed. That's right. I remember I picked Typhoon because I said it's hard to pick against someone who's beaten 2 GMs.
You did.
That's right.
Yep.
Damn. Okay.
Your logic was flawed last week, but that's all right. You're still on top.
I feel like my logic was sound, but just
it was sound. It was sound for all of every hour last week, except
right up until the cards were dealt. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
oh well. That's
nonetheless a good
what was
position
for
Aeon.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, very much so.
All right, match number 5. This is F2L. We just talked about them versus the Windkeepers. Another win for F2L. They're up to 6-2, 16-7. This one was not all that close by the scores down below. Jammies did get a DQ win over Free Hong Kong, and Berserk got a good old-fashioned actual sweep over Easy Bake, and then G Lee and Itachi getting W's as well for F2L, with only Clone getting a win on the side of the Windkeepers. It was a sweep, so that's good for the Windkeepers. But I don't think this was the showing, obviously, the Windkeepers were hoping for. I mean, I predicted F2L winning 4-1 myself, so I'm not surprised by the outcome. F2L is a very, very strong team, and they're playing much more in line with what we expect out of them versus what we saw last season. So this is, they're in fine shape to go ahead and be a playoff contender here, as we've talked about. Mako, looking at your picks, I think we were both on the 4-1 train here for F2L.
Yeah. I gotta stop picking against Clone too. I pick against Clone. I'm 100% picked.
Honestly, we all did.
Yeah, I think we all have randomly. So sorry, Clone.
Yeah, I don't know why. I honestly don't know why. There's some people I instinctively pick for, and some people I instinctively pick against, and I have no clue why. It just like happens because I do my picks within like less than 5 minutes while I'm looking to see if anyone won already.
AKA cheating.
That's not cheating. I'm sorry. Have you given us a deadline to do these?
Before the show.
Have you set out
show,
rules?
okay.
Where's the rules?
Before the show.
Where's
He said
the
before
rules?
the show. I want some. Did you hear him? He said before the show. Okay, so I do them 15 minutes before the show. So there you go.
Yeah, I mean, he still didn't say anything about checking over the sheet beforehand. So
exactly, he did not. So that's his fault.
Yeah,
but yeah, I think For the Boys, good team. So F2L, not For the Boys, not dumb. F2L, it sucks they're in the position they're in, not gunning to be able to make playoffs, but yeah, they've given it a good run.
All right, Tuna.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised by pretty much. I know I only got like 2 right in this one, but I'm not surprised by this outcome at all. I mean, F2L knows they need points, and they're just. I hope they keep coming out here and just smacking whatever teams they got left in their way, and maybe knock out Aeon from playoffs.
Maybe. I hope they do smack around the unknown.
They can't do that though.
What?
They can't knock us out of playoffs.
Well, no, there's no head-to-head match because F2L and Aeon have already played each other. But yes, and Aeon did win that, so tiebreaker would be in
no,
Aeon. But F2L can have more points.
No, they can't. You know why?
Why?
Because we're in control of the sheets.
Spam that rigged emote in chat if you are.
Yeah, I'm already on it.
Speaking of the unknown got a win last week over Canadian Clown Fiesta, 13-12.
Skip?
Yeah, should we skip this one, Brushy? You just want to skip? All right, we'll skip. All right, moving on to
so
PPR.
My skip finally works. Oh, okay. This is an ugly win.
I see the reason you want to skip because the unknown got a win in the rare circumstance of only winning 2 matches. This does happen probably about once a season, once maybe twice.
Yeah.
Ronnie Mexico and Skittles with the sweep down there in the 4-5, but Based, Wangor, and Phoenix all winning for a Canadian Clown Fiesta, but it did not equate to a win because you guys did all pick up points in the losses for the unknown. So 13-12, a close one. Based says, oops, the board is corrupt. Yes, you're part of that now.
Yeah,
you're part of that now.
Way to go, Based.
So
you can't say yourself is corrupt. That's messed up.
we on the inside.
Yeah.
So this is a fun one. I always like looking at the matches where a team doesn't win a majority because this happens so rarely, and it has happened, I believe, like once in the playoffs, and that was pretty dramatic. That it's a fun little anomaly. So Tuna, talk to us here about what happened. I see you guys banned a lot of mage, and I see it only worked out in Ron's case.
I would have beat Wangor if my mage found literally any draw cards, but
the salt.
There's only 5 cards that draw extra cards in the deck, and you just see none of them over 2 games. But anyways, Base versus Ice Cleese. I mean, Base is on the board, so that match was rigged from the start.
Yeah. We're not even going to pretend to just
say that Base is good. Yeah, she's on the board. It's rigged. So let's just keep going. Wangor versus me, close match. Phoenix versus Solo Jazz, also a close match. But for Skittles and Ron Mexico, I will say we pretty much picked Cordons and Yoster's entire lineup, and just those are ones that we got 100% right, and we were able to counter Q, and it worked out really well for us. And we really need those sweeps to take the win. Not that it really matters because we're, I think, guaranteed out of playoffs. I don't think anything.
I mean, nothing mathematically has been decided, but it will be very tough.
Well, who's done the math?
I mean, theoretically, if Aeon and F2L, who don't play each other, get 0 the rest of the way, which is theoretically possible, then any team can mathematically pass those 2 teams. They'd obviously have to pass all the teams in between, but that's it's not. We're far enough away from the end of the season and close enough in points that's not worth doing playoff scenarios yet. Maybe next week we might have a few kind of a little bit of clarity on some situations here, but I think for now we're still everyone's mathematically alive, and I'm sure teams are going to be playing out the string just as strong as if it was week 2 or week 3.
Yeah, probably.
I hope so. Competitive integrity.
Or we could just complain how the board is rigged and go on with our days.
Yep.
Always an option.
That's fair.
Yeah, see, Lotus understands.
Hey, Lotus made it.
I came here just to dunk on Donde. It's time for me to leave, I guess.
That was your sole purpose? All right.
No, I'm happy to be here. Thank you all for having me.
Yeah, and you said halfway mark, and you made it pretty much the halfway mark, so accurate estimation.
Dunk on Donde.
Good.
Deep.
Dunking on Donde is not too difficult. I'm 5'9.5-ish, so it's really not that hard.
Only 5'9"?
Yes, I'm pretty much decidedly average height.
Yeah,
I am taller than you.
I mean, before I blew out my knee, I had 23-inch vertical. What? So.
Wow. Amazing.
Yeah, for a fat guy, it is.
Wow. I'm so amazed. Can you tell by my emotions and my excitement in my voice?
Rise the 5'9"
9 people.
Yes, us average-sized or average-heighted people will take over the world someday.
Is 5'9" really the average height right now?
Yeah, for men it is. I think it's 5'6" for women, if I'm not mistaken, or 5'4" maybe. I can see you furiously googling like at the moment. Well,
I'm sorry, 5'9" in inches is a pretty nice number. I'm just gonna put that out there.
okay, there we go.
Let's keep going. Let's
Let's move on. Let's move on to.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about legacy PPR next. So we as normal, we'll start with the honorable mentions here. These are the 5 players that are just outside the top 10. Boom, pow.
Boom, pow.
Wow.
Honorable mentions.
Honorable mentions, we got 3 newcomers that were not ranked last week. Myanodon, Bill Snyder, Mark Shire, all 5-2 players. Astro Frog and Ridiculous Hat, also 5-2. However, they were ranked in the top 10 and fell out of the top 10 with losses this past week.
Our hat, you can't be losing. You have to beat Base in Crossplayer of the year or the season. You can't let Base win twice.
I think
our hat.
I think the last I looked, he's winning. He's still ahead of Base.
No, I think Base is ahead now.
Well, maybe after Base beat Coles yesterday.
Our hat. We can't let her keep winning.
Hey, this week was important. I needed a win. I need to be positive in Legacy.
I mean, positive doesn't get you in the top 10, though.
Oh no, I just want to be positive. I haven't had a negative season in Legacy in a very long time, so I don't want to get that stuff.
Lotus, you're one of the most positive people I know.
Thank you.
You're so positive, it actually like hurt my soul. I'm not gonna lie.
Also, I was wrong. Based is in first. Everything is.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Everything is backwards. Sorry. Yep, my bad. Our hat, second place. Terrible. Shameful.
Yo, are you on this list, Donde? Am I ahead of you?
You are ahead of me.
Yeah, there you are.
You only got on this list because you play. Oh no, you were playing Wild Team. My bad.
I was on this list before I played Legacy. Yeah, I played in 3 series before this.
That's right. All right, I withdraw my complaint.
Come at me again, Donde.
Any other thoughts on the honorable? Yeah, I'm not going to do that. Any other thoughts on honorable mentions before we move on to the actual top 10?
Just let the Legacy people know that one loss could easily knock you out of top 10. Our head and Astrofrog both took losses last week and just snapped right out of it.
True.
So
also
that's how fast you can lose top 10. So just keep on it if you're top 10 and want to keep it.
Well, only
let's see this top 10. Yeah,
top 10. And now,
top 10.
No one understands Donde's system.
Everyone understands.
Feel free to criticize it.
I actually understand Donde's system after he explained it for the 3rd time.
He's good.
I just didn't get it at first. Yeah, I just needed it explained like 3 more times, and then I got it.
So the top 10 and the buys kind of mess with this a little bit because you've got like Free Hong Kong and No Glocko have played 8 weeks, and everybody else in the top 10 here have only played 7. So I think we're going to see the 2 of them probably fall just a little bit because they are off this week. And JR is still number 1 at 7-0. Duwin moved up 1 spot at number 3. Neji fell 2 spots despite winning because Free Hong Kong got a big sweep this past week. That was a significant W there. So Basenink falls 2 spots, as does Neji. No Glocko moved up 4. Neb Canuck and Comp moved out of honorable mentions into the top 10. Durden falls 4 spots to number 9. And Big Ted, he did not play last week, so he was idle and fell 1 spot to number 10.
Stayed in, but he's still in.
Yep, not
he
playing
still
was better than
another day. Yeah. But it looks like the Red Conference has finally taken over the PPR standings.
Yeah, was there? I think there were 2 in the 6 in the top 10,
yeah,
2 in the honorable mentions,
and 2 in honorable. So I guess it's still even, but within just the top 10.
8 to 7. Yeah.
Currently. Yeah. But
Is
yeah,
this the final week of Legacy?
This
Yep.
current week is the final week of Legacy going into playoffs. So next week will be our final power ranking for Legacy.
Power.
Pow!
Pow. Pow. All right. Everyone get a good look at it. All right, that's
Bask
it.
in
Stop
it.
looking at it. Let's get on.
Yeah.
Week 9. Preview.
Week 9 preview. Yes. So we got.
Before that,
Oh,
I just thought this would be a prime time to remind everyone.
we already did it.
Oh,
that
we
you
already
can
did it.
sub for free.
We already did
with
it.
Twitch Prime. I know, but I wasn't here. I can do it again.
Wait. How do you know we did it if you weren't here? Are you lying?
I thought you would. You always remember it, but I can do it again.
We did it off some backwoods crazy stuff earlier because we're talking about how Mako's been subbed 3 times, but has always been gifted the sub.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yep.
Maybe if you're here earlier, Lotus, you would have.
Lotus coming in here trying to add extra ads to the show.
Yeah.
Hey, ads are always good. If people, if we can convert people, ads are fine. But you should sub anyways, even if this isn't the prime time to do it. This is the second best time. It's a powerful time to do it.
I think we should actually purchase some Twitch ads, and I think the basis of it should be THL's Twitch channel. It officially lasted longer than Quibi.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Maybe
Maybe a Super Bowl ad this year. Maybe a Super Bowl ad for THL. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, let's make up $1.5 million. Yeah. Good idea, Donde.
Well, no, see, you just do a really short ad. Like, all it will be the transition screen.
Are you
like
talking about, like, the Miller High Life commercial from, like, 4
years
ago?
Where you just yelled High Life, and it was like
0.8 seconds?
Yeah.
Do you know how much that cost them?
It still costs them, like, in the millions of dollars.
It cost them $2.4 million.
Yeah.
For less than a second, Donde.
So all we need is, like, another couple 100,000 subs, and we'll be there. What's wrong with that?
I don't think you can do math correctly.
So if we get that many subs, we're going to get a Super Bowl ad.
We need like almost 1 million subs to have enough money.
That's a stretch goal. It's a stretch goal. All right, so
that's a stretch goal.
That's a stretch goal, and maybe like
week 9.
Maybe like Game 7 of the World Series would be like a more realistic goal.
Oh, I mean that's like $20 because no one's watching that. That's like $20. We can probably get an ad for that. But
oh man.
Just put it on Twitter.
A THL ad would be funny though.
Can generate enough traction.
I think I know what I'm going to be working on during work the next few days. I
was going to make a comment, but I chose not to.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you. Anyway,
I think you knew what I was going to say.
I absolutely 100% know what you were going to say. Week nueve. That's 9 for our English-speaking friends. I couldn't tell if Tuna had 9 fingers up because his thumbs were hidden by the name bar.
Oh, hold on. Let me break my thumb and hide it. There we go.
Gross.
Now you can't see my thumb.
So we're just going to go ahead and talk about the most hype match of the week right out of the gate because it's 40 Boys versus Hype Horizon. Yeah, hype. These are the top 2 teams. This is a good match. Yeah, I don't even know how much hype you have to.
Get out of here, Donde.
Okay, yeah, let's Brushy handle it.
All right, we got number 1 team for the boys taking on the most hype team coming into the season, Hype Horizon, number 2 right now. This 8-0 versus 6-2, and the 1 seed we got Buck Nasty, 1 loss on the season, taking on Liquid Ox. Also, 1 loss on the season, we got German Shep taking on Cool Kid 2001. All right. Then we have Dabs versus McBanterface. Show taking on Gamer RVG. And Mata versus D Money. Donde, what are your picks for this? Probably the best match of all pro the entire season. Or the most hype.
I would agree with that.
This has to be like if you compare it to after the week, obviously, if it's a blowout, then obviously it's not a great match. But as of right now, on paper, this is theoretically the best match we will see in all the regular season. Pro.
Outside of like a playoff rematch between these 2 teams, yeah. I would agree completely. And when we were looking at the beginning of the season, I thought For the Boys was going to be a good team. I didn't know they were going to be an undefeated 8-0 team going into week 9. And I would have said off the top, like maybe Hype Horizon versus the Weishas, or Hype Horizon versus like F2L, like might have been one of the best matchups of the season. But no, this is it right here. This is a potential finals preview this week, so we can get kind of an idea of what team would come out on top in a playoff match. And my prediction is that it's hard to pick against an 8-0 team.
Yeah.
So I have to go with the 8-0 team. But I would be remiss if I didn't mention that I could be very wrong here. So I have Buck Nasty winning in the 1. I got Dabs and Faux Show winning in the 3 and 4. And then Cool Kid and D-Money winning for Hype Horizon. But if this is more than a 2-point gap, I will be extremely surprised.
Hey, I can see this ending in a tie, in all honesty. Could you
That would be
imagine
a very
Could you
boss
imagine this
prediction.
ends in a tie? That would be boss, but this chart doesn't allow me to pick a tie. So,
And in a playoff scenario, just because guys like Donovan McNabb really want to know what happens in the playoffs with a tie,
Yeah.
it is the amount of matches your team wins. So the team that won 3-2 in matches would be the winner. Even though during the regular season we do just award the 1 point to each team for ties. So.
Yep.
So
Wait, can we bet each other, guys? I'll give 10 of my points to Tuna if it's a tie. He gives me 10 if it isn't a tie.
that is
How about
that is
this?
mathematically a very, very poor deal for him.
if this game ends in a tie, I will gift 10 subs to the THL channel.
Clip it. Clip
Clip
this
it.
right now. Diamond
I owe
is you're
Saku
out there. I
tickets,
know
that
you're
is
clipping
true.
stuff.
Diamond, clip it so I don't forget. If this match ends in a tie, I'm giving 10 subs to the THL channel.
Saku says Tuna owes him Timbits.
I do owe him Timbits. That is true. That
Are
is a
those
previous
going
bet
to
that's
be
talking.
like? Are you just going to order them on DoorDash for him and then they'll be delivered to his house?
Yes,
Do they have DoorDash
as of
in
right
Canada?
now, no, not that I found. I also don't know where Saku lives, so also door dashing him to his house is also kind of impossible for me right now.
I hear
there is
if you
DoorDash.
just say send this to Saku in Nova Scotia, they'll know what you mean.
No.
I think I have a better chance of them finding Corden because he's like 6'10". So I'll be like, hey, go find the guy that's like 7 foot tall in Nova Scotia. And they'll probably be like, oh, yeah, buds, that guy down the street. And they'll just.
Yeah, and then turn and hand the Timbits to his friend who is
and
still
then
apparently
Corden will
6
give it
feet
to
tall.
Saku.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's all good. But anyways, let's move on with the picks. Mako, what you got for your picks?
So, where's that? Oh, it was hiding. I was scrolled down. I'm sorry. I have Hyper Horizon winning 3-2. Buck Nasty and Faux Show winning on that side.
All right.
Ooh.
Understated, but we'll see if your picks are correct. Lotus,
Yeah, absolutely.
you're here. You can pick too, or you can tell us your picks.
Yeah. So my picks are based on the fact that I like seeing Diamond mad because I'm picking against him. And I'm never picking against Ox. So I think Ox beats Buck Nasty. I think Cool Kid is going to beat German Chef. I think Dabs and Faux Show are actually going to win for the boys. But I think this is going to be closed on D-Money, who beats Mata.
Yeah, D-Money is the only player that we all unanimously picked here. Every other match, we could not come to a consensus. So I think that kind of underscores just how close this game should be. But now, saying that, we'll all be wrong, and Mata will upset D-Money, and then
Oh, absolutely. 100%.
we'll look like dum-dums. So, all right. Any last second thoughts before we move on to the decidedly less hype game number 2?
Whoa. We're just going to skip me, Donde?
You let off.
Yeah, but I passed it to you after I finished hyping it up.
I thought you said stuff. Never mind. All right, go ahead.
No. All right. So I got the 1 and 2 seed going to for the boys, Buck Nasty and German Shep. But I honestly think the 3, 4, and 5 for Hype Horizon is stronger. And I think that's how they'll take this. I think they'll win the 3 through 5 match. I know Dabs is 6 and 2, And McBantaface 5-3. They're practically the same strength, so that one's more of a coin flip. But I think Gamer and D Money take it for sure. And then the 3 seed is a flip, but I think McBantaface can take it.
Yeah, you just disappointed Diamond greatly because he
I
thought
know.
for sure.
I was watching out of the corner
He
of my
thought for
eye.
sure
I was
this would be before the boys picked.
I mean, I gave him 1 and 2 seed, but I think the back half of Hype Horizon is going to pull out the win for him this week with Liquid Ox and Cool Kid getting.
RBG is getting
Gamers?
subbed, but we haven't heard yet, and it's Wednesday. Okay.
All right, I switch it to the other way. Depending on who's subbing.
I think I already had
for
faux
Gamer
show, so.
Yeah. Depending on who's subbing for Gamer, I'm going to switch it.
Unless he's like, Muzzy is subbing for Gamer RBG, and then I'll be like, faux
Right,
show,
yeah.
sorry, bud.
Yeah, but I'm going to pick the GM. But anyways. Let's get on. Let's get on to talking about some trash team and some other trash team.
Yeah, that team is bad to the bone. I mean, the unknown. Just kidding, Lotus. The unknown and bad to the bone are playing. Bad to the bone is probably slightly favored, I would imagine, in this one here. Atomos versus Isocles. Avi versus BrushyTuna. A2 Battleship versus Solo Jazz. Darter Binks versus Ron Mexico. And LotusKnight versus Not Skittles. That is a sub that did not make it into the screenshot today. The sub is...
Because I sent it in late.
You did.
The sub is
TwoStarMako.
TwoStarMako. He back.
Making his return to the unknown.
Against Lotus.
Against LotusKnight.
I was going to say if he answers my message, but he finally did. He's been dodging me for some reason.
Because we were having discussions between Skittles, me, and TwoStarMako. If TwoStarMako was actually subbing for like the past day. So that's all that was.
That's fine. I mean, it would realize my dream of DQing TwoStarMako just to spite him.
Hey, welcome back to Pro TwoStarMako. Here's your DQ.
Not that I would do that.
Wouldn't be the first time it happened this season, by the way.
Yeah.
No, I've actually never done that to anyone, but I'm so excited for this match. I really like my team. I think we're all fun players. We all like having fun in our matches.
You like your team, Lotus?
I like my team.
I do. I mean, I still defend that I'm the worst player in this team by far, but yeah, I'm fine with that.
Walks in and goes, "I hate my team. I don't know why I play on it." What you got for picks, though?
So we all have Atomos, Avi, and Dartar winning. All three of us have picked. So all four of us have picked that. So why don't we focus on the matches that we have disagreements on? A2 Battleship versus Solo Jazz and Lotus versus TwoStarMako.
Sure.
Oh, Lotus. Lotus wants to go first. Lotus, sorry.
Yeah, let Lotus go. Yeah,
go Lotus.
I'll say, I think A2 gets the win. A2 is a good player. He's going to beat Solo Jazz, and I think that's going to work out. And I like facing TwoStarMako. We haven't played in a very long time against each other, so it's going to be a fun match anyways. And I like to think I'm going to win, so I'm going to put myself as winning.
Well, you're facing the Unknown's best player this week. So,
I will say every time I played against TwoStarMako, he has beaten me, and I mean, I guess I could say that about multiple players, but TwoStarMako in particular, every time I've played against him, the games just feel hopeless. And I don't know if I'm playing wrong or if he is just, the best player that I've ever played against. But every game against him, I felt like I stood no chance.
I have a positive record against him.
Well, isn't that cool for you?
I don't know where it is. It's been a very long time. I don't know if I faced him once or twice. I know I've beaten him once in Hero. I remember that one. But I don't know if I've played him more than that. It's hard. There's no place we can check our records against individual players.
Yeah, go ping our hat.
Yeah, let's get hat on that.
After
Yeah.
Donde, after you figure out a way. No, after Donde figures a way to use channel points, maybe he can do something with that.
It's not even Donde for the channel points thing. Leave him alone. It's me.
It's you now?
No, what if it was the me this whole time? I've just been slacking. But
he's running away from me now.
All right. Mako,
you mentioned channel points, so I left.
Oh, I was just gonna keep running with the show, but you came back.
Are you
Oh,
throwing
the
his
channel
phone out?
point.
Is he still gone? Mako, what you got for picks? How you
So
got this
I
one going down?
have, yeah. So I have a 4-1 going to Sorry, team names are listed on our sheet. 4-1 going to Bad to the Bone with the only win
Mhm.
coming in for the unknown with TwoStarMako. I think that TwoStarMako sub's gonna snag them a win, but it's not gonna be a fun matchup.
No,
Sorry, bud.
no, it's I know. I mean, look at my picks this week. For like, this is the first
yeah.
time that I've actually picked against my team, like fully flipped. Like usually, I mean, like last week I still picked the unknown to win, but like this is like the first time that I'm picking the unknown to actually lose. So that's only because they got Dardar and the Atom operating system. I don't know how you pick against those guys.
All right. Anything else before we move on to match number 3?
If I beat, obviously, I'm gonna scream.
All right.
Great.
I look forward
Great.
to you telling us about your hotel complaint next week.
Oh, I would have already had 12 by now. Do you know I stay up until like 4 a.m. screaming when my buddies on Among Us, so I would have already had complaints if they were going to
Why you don't play Among Us with Mako and I?
Because I don't play with scrubs, but I would play with Mako.
Wait, Mako plays?
I was just
I
gonna say
only
that's why I
played
don't
with
play with
Donde.
Mako, but
Damn.
you inserted the joke into the flow there, and I couldn't get a word in.
You can't outbeat me, bro. Like
Can't outbeat
I do
you.
this for a living. I do this
don't
for a
know.
living. I roast people for a living. I'm in the army. That's all we do. We don't do work. We just roast each other.
How does one outbeat somebody?
You punch them faster than they can punch you. I don't know.
All right. Interesting.
Got
Talking about beating people. Let's talk about the next match.
Yeah. Aeon versus the Beard Boaz. That is Ridiculous Hat Boaz. Ridiculous Hat versus Honest Zabe. Yours truly versus Turtle. That's coming up right after HearthCenter. Markshire versus Myanodon. Risen versus Inzi. And Neji Boston versus Getting It. And I will go with the Aeon sweep for the 3rd straight week. And hopefully that happens for the 3rd straight week because that'd be pretty cool.
Wow. The balls.
Wait,
Mako.
I might pick against Donde now that I see the classes revealed.
Ouch.
Yeah. Good luck.
Are you
Bro.
playing?
Just know that Ridiculous Hat talked me out of bringing a different class. So this was not the lineup I originally planned on, and he.
Are you playing before tomorrow?
I'm playing in 30 minutes.
Oh, so you and Mako are both playing in like.
But Mako
30
is in
minutes.
Legacy, yeah.
Yeah.
Mako is trying
That's
to
right.
ruin the Hot Zil's chances of backdooring our way into the playoffs.
Yep.
Good.
The Albatrosses are going to make it in.
X to doubt.
But anyways, that's Legacy. Let's continue on with this.
Tune in tomorrow night for that discussion.
Yep.
All right, what you got, Donde? What your picks?
I told
Oh,
you.
you said sweep.
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 Mako.
Whatever.
What's
What
up,
are you doing?
Buttercup?
Please tell me he Mako'd it. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, I did the Donde. So I mean, I got the 4-1 going to Aeon with the loss in the 2 seed. You know how it is.
I mean, I'll give you that on this week after I've seen these classes.
You didn't even have to ask me. I don't even know why you asked me. You know how this goes.
Chart looks
That's
fine,
true.
Tuna. I'm not worried about it.
I mean, it's mainly also these classes against the classes you have, and mainly the pilot for that Demon Hunter Mage Paladin Warrior.
Hmm.
Yeah, that pilot looks like
Donde. I think Donde wins.
Thank you, Lotus, my new favorite person.
I think Donde is better.
Have you seen my picks?
I mean, Lotus has been on fire with picks the last few weeks, so.
That's true. That's true.
I won last week, which is not common. I'm going to say Mayan wins and Aeon takes it 4-1.
Bro, you copied me.
You did.
True. That's a bad sign.
Yeah. I love that I roast Donde this entire time on how he's bad at Hearthstone, but I picked him like 3 weeks in a row now.
And I'm giving you points.
It's true.
Some of your only points.
I was gonna say something, but I'm not gonna say.
Wow. So
Boy, my head. I've
so
been
hurtful. So
yeah,
hurtful.
I'm gonna hold on. No. It's not about that. I'm gonna type it in. That's what I was thinking.
All right. Well, while you do that, I'm going to bring up match number 4.
Oh,
Only points.
that's what I was thinking.
That's pretty good.
Thank you.
F2L versus Due Process. So this is, I guess, like the last stand here for Due Process because they can very much influence the playoff race both for themselves and against F2L. So they need a big week here to deny F2L a lot of points in order to get themselves back in the race and hope Aeon also stumbles. And Due Process is still alive. I think it's odd to say about a 2-6 team, but they are very much still alive here. And there's a dog somewhere.
Mm-hmm. I think someone just sneezed.
It was a sneeze that sounded like a
me.
wolf.
It was
Okay.
a sneeze.
Right.
Oh
I
my
heard-
goodness, it
honestly,
sounded like a wolf.
I thought
Donde
it was,
said,
I thought it was a
I
pig.
thought it was. Donde said, I thought I heard a dog somewhere. I thought I heard Donde saying, I heard Donna Summer, and I'm like, is their song playing or something? I was very confused.
Yeah,
What are you
no.
talking about right now?
Get me out! Get me out!
Anyway, so my prediction here is that unfortunately for Due Process, it is not going to happen. However, I did pick Berserk over Goose, and Berserk lost to Goose. So that is already making this whole thing a little bit more tenuous. But I picked FBM in the 1 to win over the sub Snake, and then everybody else from F2L winning. But Due Process is already making that pick look wrong. So, Tuna,
Mm-hmm.
how about you?
Tuna. I had a 3-2 win for F2L, but with the known match now of Goose beating Berserk, I think there's a chance that this goes to Due Process and goes 3-2 Due Process. FBM2 in the 1, Mr. Python in the 3, and then my only wins now for F2L is Rescue Abbott and Jammies.
Only ones.
Yeah, onlywins.com.
Mako?
What have I
Yeah.
done?
I mean, you made that joke on this.
Yeah, I
Anyways,
know, but it's such a good joke.
So I have a 4-1 going over to wait, is this backwards?
What, in the
No,
sheet?
never mind.
Nah.
I have a 4-1 going to Due Process actually, with the win on F2L going to Itachi.
I mean, that's looking good after this first one. So, I mean,
It is.
anything can go.
All right,
Mhm.
Lotus.
So I'm going to keep making Donna Summer references now. I'm going to say this is going to be the last dance for Due Process because F2L was going to beat them. It's going to be a tighter match than it seems. FVM2 and Bullion are going to score for Due Process, but it's going to be a 3-2.
All right, then. Moving on to our 5th match of the week. Win Keepers versus Canadian Clown Fiesta, 2 teams that are right in the middle of the standings. And as we discussed, not mathematically eliminated, but boy, does one of these teams really just need to beat up on the other in order to stay alive. I think anything short of like an 18-point week for one of these teams is pretty much
it. Just
like
makes it, yeah.
Yeah, it has to be an overwhelming victory here. So
Like it's got to be 5-0 one way or the other, or
Exactly.
it does not matter.
And unfortunately, not to spoil anything, we all picked a 3-2 win in one direction or the other, which effectively will probably eliminate both of these teams. So I went with Clone and Easy Bake getting wins for the Windkeepers, but ultimately Phoenix, Corridon, and Yoxter pull it out for Canadian Clown Fiesta for a 3-2 CCF win. And unfortunately, like I said, that I don't believe will be ultimately helpful to their playoff chances, but it will be a win. So Lotus, I'll start with you on this one here. What do you think happens in this match?
Okay. So I feel love when looking at both of these teams, but gotta say this is quite the hot stuff match. And I think it's going to go 3-2. It's a tight match. Even though both of these teams need a sweep, it's going to be quite a rough match. And I think Canadian Clown Festa is going to win 3-2, with Agent PWE and Free Hong Kong winning for the Windkeepers.
All right, Mako.
Yeah, I have a close match as well. I have I mean we all have 3-2, but I have Wingor and Corridon winning for the Clown Fiesta, so I do have 3-2 going to the Windkeepers. I think that the fact that they're playing each other at this point is, I don't know. Like I feel like it's just like ruined both of their chances to squeak in playing each other.
I mean, unless there's an overwhelming win from one side or the other, but one of these teams is going to be done after this week.
They're not taking out someone like above them, right? Like
they're not, but I mean, let's say
like it's two teams at the same spot.
Yeah, but let's say the Windkeepers score 23 points this week and they're at 126 points. If F2L and Aeon struggle a little bit, then they might only be 7 or 8 points behind fourth place. You know, I mean, I guess that's a pretty big stretch there, because like Aeon would have to score 4 points in a week. It's happened, but I mean, with 2 weeks left after that, I think it's doable, even though it's not likely. All right, Tuna.
So I got 3-2 for the Windkeepers, though. I got Wangor and Yachtster as the only ones winning. I have the brothers winning it for Canadian Clown Fiesta, but I have 2, 3, and 4 going to the Windkeepers of Agent PWE, Easy Bake, and Nails. But as we were saying, it should spell doom for both these teams, which is sad to watch runs kind of end right now, but it is what it is.
Yeah, it's the tough thing when there's only 4 teams making the playoffs. I mean, it's a pretty deep pool of talent here in pro, and then you only have not even half the teams making the playoffs. So it really does make it a gauntlet to try and even make the playoffs.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Last but not least, we have the Weishas versus Tap Last. So Tap Last coming off the loss last week. Weishas coming off the loss 2 weeks ago to Aeon. So both these teams took big L's in the last 2 weeks and are now near the bottom of the standings. Actually, they are at the bottom of the standings, 94 and 92 points respectively. So again, I feel pretty safe saying that neither of these teams are going to be playoff teams. But if we had said that at the beginning of the season, I would have told you you're crazy, with how well the Weishas played last season, and Tap Last obviously being the defending champ. Again, this is a kind of an F2L situation, you know, from the best team to one of the teams that's struggling the most. So it's just what can happen when all the teams around are so strong. But my pick here is a 4-1 win for the Weishas, with CMAC being the 1 win for Tap Last. So I have Heat Shock, ESO Glockta, Valdis, and Roadrunner winning for the Weishas.
You know, it kind of sounds like what you're saying is don't win pro finals.
Or don't get second place either. I mean,
if you win pro finals, just go ahead and retire right there and don't try to repeat.
skip a season. Yeah,
exactly.
Skip a season.
If Aeon wins, I'm out.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you're out anyways.
Ouch.
I think Aeon will finally be like, all right, I know we somehow won with Donde, but like, let's get someone else in here for the next run. Make this easier.
Okay.
Okay. Has a better record than me in pro, but yet I still roast him.
Maybe you can try. Bulletproof, though.
I don't know about that yet. I'm sure I can figure something out.
Mako, what do you think?
Right.
I'm done listening to you talk for a bit.
Oh, am I muted? Oh, no.
No.
Oh, nice.
So I have this going 3-2 to the Weishas, with the 4 and 5 seed of Tap Last taking wins, CMAC and Last Champ. But you know, honestly, I don't know. Like, I feel like this is just a toss up. It really is.
Yeah.
With Jester subbing for Typhoon too. I mean, Jester's 0-1. Typhoon was having a rough season by his standards, so I don't know if it's necessarily an improvement for them, but Typhoon is a fantastic player too, so I have to imagine this is going to hurt them at least a little bit.
Yeah.
Lotus.
Yeah, I thought this match would excite me a lot more than it is. It's like we're not even caring that much about it, even though both of these teams were the top teams of last season. I think the first three players are going to win for the Mishas, and Tap Last will lose, but C-Mac and the Last Champ are going to get through in surprisingly boring match.
All right, the old Mako there. Tuna, I want you to give us your best hype for this match.
All right. We got. You know what? This match is going to be hyped because we got the Mage expert Heatshock himself. So we're going to be able to see if Mage will be good after the nerfs. Because if Heatshock's not playing it, it's garbage. All right. So that's how we're going to know. If Heatshock brings it, Mage still has a chance. But if Heatshock doesn't bring it, that's it. That's it for Mage. But that's pretty hyped to see within this match. I mean, and you're also going to see C-Mac. I mean, if you get C-Mac on stream on one of these games, that man's a memer. So, it's always fun to watch memers go out there and have fun. But, outside of that, this match is really just for bragging rights or for your own personal gain here. So, just get out there, have some fun. Let's get these matches done. And it's going to be 3-2 for Match and Wishes.
Good job, Tuna. Appreciate you.
With Jester and C-Mac taking the only ones for Tap Last. That's right, Jester, whoever you are. I randomly flipped a coin on that match, and I got you. So get out there.
Could say that Tuna, in the end, just HearthCenter's Jester all along.
I'm THL's Jester. Don't degrade me just one show.
Oh my god.
Oh, man. Well, that is it. That is everything that we had on the schedule tonight. So that will...
Or is it?
It is.
It is.
It is. unless Lotus has randomly something else he would like to bring up.
Now he's going to start singing. Hurry up, end the show. End the show.
All right, outro time. So thank you, everybody, for joining us this evening. And if you have yet to play this week, which is everybody, good luck in your matches. So we will see you next week, Wednesday, of course, Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. Please do remember to tune in to Tavern Talk tomorrow for all of the hype last week of Legacy Series playoff discussion. That should be fun, unless you're a member of the Hot Sylphs and you are not going to make the playoffs, most likely. That will be less fun.
Wait, if I win this match after this, do I destroy your chances?
No, it still depends on a couple of the other matches that are not HSA and Sylphs, but
it depends on the albatrosses.
Yeah, I don't like the leaving things up to other teams, but that's kind of where we are right now. And then Booze and I don't play till Sunday, so that will.
That's not pro.
Not pro, but that's tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern. Tune in for that. We are still looking for matches for Saturday this week, so Saturday night.
Schoolstone as well.
Schoolstone as well. So if you're interested in playing on stream this week, let us know, and we will get you up and running there. And in the meantime, good luck, good night. We'll see you next week. Thanks for joining us, Mako, Tuna, Lotus. Thank you for being here.
Reminder that decks are due on Thursday.
Yes, good reminder. Decks are not due tonight; they're due Thursday because of the nerfs tomorrow. So keep the nerfs in mind. And Saku also has stuff he wants for
Friday and Sunday.
Friday night. So yeah, Friday and Sunday. Hit him up if you want to be on stream then. But that's it. Have a good night. We'll see you next week.
All right.